Raru, ostensibly the best Luigi in the world, recently crowned in the top 20 as well. Just one of the best players on the face of the planet. He's going to be facing off against Reed, but what's he doing?
Uh-oh.
What?
I'm glad I got these glasses on.
What? Raru, what you up to there? Oh my goodness! Raru, I believe, has just announced a new sponsorship.
That was so tactful. You know, you didn't rip the jersey, the shirt off.
Yeah,
you know, you're just, I still got respect for the shirt, but representing new sponsor. Hopefully you don't get the sponsor curse, because normally you don't do it mid-bracket.
I think this is probably one of the most important announcements of his career, is joining Zeta Division, being a part of this esports team, getting to wear that jersey. But like you said, that was a nice shirt, so he didn't want to rip it all the way off.
They're not paying you enough? Rip it! Rip it!
I would imagine that Zeta might be giving him enough to get a whole another wardrobe worth of those shirts. But yes, that is correct. Everybody watching along at home, congratulations to Raru for joining Zeta Division. Now it's time to avoid that sponsorship curse. He's got to beat out Reed here in the first best of 5 that he'll play all weekend.
Yeah. Obviously no easy feat at this point in the competition, but I mean, Raru is just such a talented player. And you're using Luigi, edgeguarding, looking fantastic at the moment, missed that down air, almost had a kill. Fortunately enough for Reed, still alive at the moment.
Yeah, barely alive though, as he catches a dash attack, sent off stage again, and that seems to be like basically the entirety of this first game so far, is just Reed getting put off stage, trying to get on past the falling Zaire plungers. Finally gets his feet underneath him though, has the opportunity to fight back, but doesn't grab it with both hands. Misses out on the opportunity to juggle Luigi while above. Raru just lands, gets that back air off, manages to close out the first stock, and now you know exactly what he's looking for. He finds it. This might be the second stock in short order. Misses out on the up B.
Yeah, misses out. Really forces up for Reed. Not able to get the stock quite yet. Gonna go for this edge guard attempt. Love to see it. Gets it done. You are trailing. You're at 74%, but you know the combos can be real. Just gotta make sure you avoid that down B that has some intangibility. I thought we were gonna see a death right there, but it might be here instead. Goodbye, my friend. Tornado, rise, and off the top of the screen you go.
Yeah, as long as Raru is careful and is tracking the DI off of that down throw, he's basically guaranteed to get that kill at that percent.
Why is the noggin so big? Why is it so hard? It just goes through a shot like it's not even there.
Ooh, and that plunger was basically inside of Reed's shield. Just didn't quite get the grab. Reed thanking his lucky stars that he's still alive. Forced onto that platform, gets stuck on it a little bit, and every single time, something that I want to call out while we get started in this set, Raru keeps punishing Reed for jumping, something that Pyra and Mythra mains, especially when they're on Mythra, love to do.
Yeah.
That short hop or that full hop with like a falling nair, because while her grounded options are really, really good, her aerials are much, much better. She wants access to those aerials, and so they're going to spend a lot of their time jumping, but if they're jumping waywardly, Raru's going to call that out immediately with some of Luigi's faster buttons, get those big punishes.
Definitely. Another thing, the point is, it looks like maybe Reed isn't quite as familiar. We're seeing a lot of, you know, parries that come out, but no punish afterwards. Maybe not familiar with Luigi's fall speed. Oh, great, F smash right there. But, you know, a couple adjustments, and maybe this looks a little more competitive. And then also just really abusing that range. Luigi is so close range that you got to space out. Otherwise, things like that happen. Beautiful finish coming in from Raru. You kind of knew the grab was coming. That's what you got to avoid at that point. And unfortunately, Reed wasn't able to do it.
Well, the biggest problem, too, is that you know the grab is coming. You have to avoid the grab. But then Raru's got an entire bag of tricks behind the grab, too, in the eventuality that it doesn't connect, that he can then follow up with. And that was what got him a lot of mileage in this game. But step 1 of beating the sponsorship curse is gone. He didn't lose the very first game wearing the Zeta Division jersey. Raru now just has to win, I don't know, like 40, 50 more?
Just a few more, not too many.
Yeah, not that many.
But speaking of step 1, you know, step 1 for Reed would be avoiding the grab. Yes, there's a plethora of tricks behind that wall afterwards, but if you're not even making Raru open up that bag of tricks, you know, you're kind of in for a rude awakening. Right now, grab's not really being what Raru's using to win, just out-neutraling a character with a sword. No easy feat, but doing a great job, and you are trapped on that ledge, and you are gone, my friend. Picture perfect punish right there coming in from Raru.
exactly what I said during game number 1. At those percents, unless you frankly get lucky and Raru messes up following the DI, we don't even need to react to that one. That's so commonplace.
I'm doing it every time. I'm always excited. There's hot fire.
It's just par for the course for a player like Raru. He's going to be able to get those every day of the week. Now 2 stocks down is Reed. Got to fight back. And Raru is just popping those down Bs.
Oh.
Can't get back to the stage, though. Gets caught underneath PS2. So at least Reed has drawn blood, but
par for the course.
Okay, he gets out.
This is why we get excited. Sometimes it doesn't happen, you know?
Sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes Reed gets out, gets the opportunity to fight back, gets these up airs, but he's not sharking as efficiently as you need to. Raru's been doing a really good job defensively of just getting back down onto solid ground so that he can play grounded against the speed demon of Mithra.
Yeah. And right now, trying to use that speed, but goes inside the range, and you are gone. And I think it's only fitting that for the 10th anniversary of Supernova, that we say Supernova whenever Luigi gets the fire, okay? When that up B, when it hits, that's the Supernova of the event. If Raru wins, you know, 10% fine to see.
I mean, especially if Raru goes all the way to the top 8 to the grand finals and beyond, we're going to be seeing a lot of those upbeat kills, so we might get tired of saying it at some point.
Speak for yourself. I'm hyped every time.
All right.
I'll say it for you.
I'll give it up. Going into game number 3. One right back to PS2 as well. Reed not letting the stage be the problem for it. And a good start as well. Just a quick dare dash attack puts Raru into the corner, but still looking for more.
You know, those little things like an air dodge right there. Reed knew it was coming, but just didn't punish it. And if we see some slight cleanups there, we could talk about a whole different match. But you have to play so perfect against a character like Raru, let alone someone piloting Luigi, who just gets so many combos off of a single grab.
Ooh, quick little up B there, beats out the dash attack, so Raru can't aggress while Reed is in the corner. Tries to get into position using the foresight to get the ledge trap, but a little bit too quick on the draw, getting back to that stage in a footstool, but he's not able to get the down tilt as Raru returns back up. But this is a completely different story to the previous 2 games that we've seen so far. Reed is in control, but he's in a spot of trouble here unless he gets off that platform, and he does it well.
Almost there, got to try to punish his air dodge. You know what's coming, misses it barely. And now you're kind of on the back foot right now. Raru's sitting at 118, but you know, this is Luigi, you're at 86. You just feel like you're staring at death's door.
Gets a grab here though. Speaking of death's door, knock on in, open up the door, and come make yourself comfortable, because it's been every single time. The up B doesn't work out for Reed.
This has to be so, I mean, well, okay, not demoralizing anymore. Good little equalizer right there, and you called it last. You know, the up B, the first one didn't finish the job, but the second one did. Reed having a much better game plan on how to deal with this Luigi. We're going to see if Reed's able to keep it up.
Yeah, and it's the first time not just that Reed has been even with Raru, but having a slight lead as well. I would really love for him to be able to try and push this towards a stock lead, maybe even a game win, but he gets grabbed at 0% and you're facing away from the ledge. Raru's not able to get it into the up B, and Reed tries to call out everyone.
Oh, this is lovely, but misses it.
What are we doing?
Okay, part 2? Part 2 doesn't work either. Is there a trilogy? Reed.
No, it got canceled. Oh. Couldn't find a new director.
Man, I thought Netflix was bringing him back.
Oh, but we found it! They revived the series after a 10-year hiatus.
And loving what I'm seeing from Reed right now. So much more deliberate on the placement of these attacks. And as soon as I say that, you just throw out something wild. Still alive, but only for the moment, as that back air was not the strong hit, not going to take it. Reed still having some time to play the game.
And dash attack also not killing. No rage on Luigi means some of these moves are a little bit weaker than you might expect. And Reed's going to take full advantage of the second lease on life he's been given. 43% built up onto Raru in just the blink of an eye, but he's able to get that falling back air to take out the stock, equalize us in some ways. Oh, that might have been terrible. Reed just barely drifting away from the incoming grab.
All right, Reed just going to try to space out these attacks, but no. Oh, you're alive.
Yeah, on the platform there, Raru just doesn't quite have the space to go for the entire combo, so he tries to get a little bit custom with it. It doesn't work out for him, but it still might work here. Reed just popping the Flame Nova, and it almost pops Raru's shield.
Was so close. Reed is trying to force the the kill, trying to make this happen. And Raru's just playing so freaking well. You got to slow down, go back to what was working, that patience, being meticulous about where you're placing these attacks. If Reed's able to do that, I think we can talk about potentially a game 4.
It might be coming, but it might be all Raru, because he catches Reed rolling behind him. The up smash, though, still not enough to kill. It's been a big problem for Raru in this game 3, just being unable to close these stocks at reasonable percents, but 142 seems reasonable to me. Raru is able to close it out, able to get the 3-0, and able to represent Zeta Division well in his first set wearing the jersey.
Love to see it, love to see it. Just Raru having, I would say, a firmer game plan, if you will. Kind of knowing exactly what he wanted to do there. And it seemed like Reed, at points, was kind of like a roller coaster at times, playing it really well, then other times trying to kind of force the engage. And you can't do that against a player like Raru, who's just going to wait for those openings and punish you accordingly. Yeah,
and I think one of the biggest things that I want to call out about especially that last stock is kind of the top player effect when they're playing against somebody who's maybe a little lesser known, still very good, obviously. We saw Reed hold his own against Raru in that set. But what I think happened, and I'll speculate a little bit on this, is as Reed got that lead bigger and bigger and bigger and got to the point where he was maybe about to take that game off of Raru, he started thinking to himself, I'm about to take a game off of Raru.
Yes.
And then things started falling apart. And that's just that big difference maker between the high level, the mid level, and the top level, is the ability to maintain that composure in the face of a potential game win, a potential set win, a potential tournament win. Stay calm, maintain your game plan, keep it pushing.
Those are words of wisdom. Just, veteran gamer, novice gamer, it's one of those things you have to learn. It actually doesn't matter the game. You see it in new games. Oh, it's this famous person. Oh, it's this good person. Trust yourself. If you're in an event and you're playing against that player, it's because you deserve to be there. Assume you're on equal footing and just believe in yourself. And it's an upset to them. Don't let it be an upset when you win.
Exactly. It's what should have happened all along is the mentality that you have to go into it with. But, thankfully for him, no sponsorship curse comes through. And Raru's going to be moving on. And I think I was actually talking yesterday to both Watch and Naru, and everybody's really excited about another member joining Zeta Division. I think it's really cool that that Raru joins the team, and especially due to the fact that Akola couldn't be here this weekend.
Yeah.
I believe he's studying for college exams, which, good on you, Akola. Don't, fly away over to a completely different country and skip out on your exams. But Zeta Division just had to make sure that they were being fully represented at the top level.
Send someone else.
We'll just pick someone else up who's already there.